If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rerir. And once he knows we're... Quick, hide! We almost got spotted! Phew! That was a close call. Watch out! He's coming this way! Oh, they're so anti- Fire. Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's Arlecchino!
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Whatever. He sure doesn't pull his punches.
Excuse me, do you need a hand?
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm... Wait a minute. I reckon...
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Nani, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire.
Then you've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing. Where's Flint's and the others? And what about Nefer?
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Aino and Anefa to set up the decoys and
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent a...
I see. Then let's get right into it. But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me Arlecchino.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before? Wait, of course. In those memories we...
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. Sweet...
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem...
Oh, the feeling's mutual.
A Fatui harbinger.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what—
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of— Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that we have our own way of doing things here in Nodcry.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help her Anyway, what else is on the agenda?
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she doesn't want, but she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the...
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to—
Alright, listen up everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent.
The dregs of the Crimson Moon.
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria.
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different... Long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious... But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the... In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he... What's the matter?
Interesting. Anything else? What about this—
Well, she was a researcher at the
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contains some of the
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any— The Lindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though,
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Conrian... Oh yeah! Just like how it was with the...
If we could somehow find her...
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. That merchant who never knows, Dori Sangama.
All right, then. Let's— Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the iridescent moon's marrow. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking...
I'll head back to the Curatorium.
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, I'll hold the fort for now. Then discuss our next move with Flints, Ino, and Anefa when they get back.
Then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we...
Relax. Just do your thing. Stay safe, everyone.
We're back. Did we get here?
A tad late. The others have already set off. Everything going smoothly on...
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right! Ineffa?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate but according to Flintz's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had... That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words...
Flintz, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nodcry are... I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective. And Effa and I will head back over to Amsfartnir to see if there's anything...
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal is a deal. Not a word about my...
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predict...
what is...
They were betting on...
it's the obvious choice, isn't it?
We already decided that Ineffa should go investigate the situation over at Amsfartnir. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciated it.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross over.
Arlecchino, hold up a second! We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't...
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds' flames.
Huh? Are you serious?
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this too. At first I saw it only as a curse, but once I became a harbinger, together with my own investigations over the past few years. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul. This strange blackness is the mark of
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart...
Yes, and that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essential. Anyway, the rest of my story can wait.
Paimon has a question! So, the Crimson Moon that the Karians used to worship was actually... Does that mean that the Karians were to the...
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded.
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar when I looked at you. I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane... Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's... I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody, correct?
That's right. For now, the iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its...
Deal. Then let's get started.
Yep, what started?
When I first became a harbinger, the Jester gave me a book. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era, but setting aside the tangle. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, There was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world. And
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real?
the Crimson Moon Sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace you have traversed the flames between." The book leaves much unsaid. But I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind.
But there's no fireplace here! Do you see a chimney anywhere?
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds of life and death. In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open, so I won't be able to come with you. Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice, as you're crossing over. No matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it!
I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon. I feel that I'm about to meet an old friend. What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss, and hung up aloft like mummified remains. Iridescent moon was—
Careful! There's something— Paimon's right behind you! By the way, how am I? us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible? Let the show be.
No. I'm not sensing anything. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird shadow. Wait, see that? Looks like a... Looks like the device from the time of Karia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues. Hey, look at that! Now that the mechanism's running, you think these mechanisms might be the key to
Felindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now.
I hope this isn't ruining date night.
Mind your own business.
Felindis? Is it Rerir's girlfriend? How come we're... Oh, yeah.
The Abyss has made this space extreme. Maybe that's why some of the things she said.
Whenever I see this view, waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. For me, of all people, to be here investigating the
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the three moons, is if it really does. With the Abyss inhibitors in place, oh, Rerir, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the... If only I could get my...
Hey look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Felindis' voice mentioned a chamber with the moon marrow.
Do you think maybe it's... It must be. For within it, I sense the fragile aura of a dying soul.
Then there's no time to lose!
Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If only I had possessed your courage. You look so positive. Trust me when I say that.
What was that all about? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost...
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon. For a fading soul like hers. Our auras must be...
But anyway, we got the iridescent moon's... Alright, time to leave it. That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon. Oh, lifeless damsel.
Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark well. It will show us no mercy.
This is where you fall. Witness my rise. What are you waiting for?
Wait, is that you, Arlecchino? Wait, your hands! They're...
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
But surely... Oh, we're so sorry, Arlecchino. I can't believe you'd make a sacrifice like this for us.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of...
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth, may the two worlds...
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina, give me your hand. Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina, are you...
I'm fine.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to...
It's still not enough. Just one more ray of moonlight, if you would. It's okay.
How about now? Fighting fit?
At the very least, I won't have to stay. I want to see him gone from Not Cry. The ray here of so...
Well, It's good to have something to aim for. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog, but now, you're full of vitality. Just like the frost moon. Once—
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, but whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she— We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. All I'll say is this. All right, that's it from me. I'll—
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good character.
Oh, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina's strength. And that's all that matters. In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing. Do you think the others are making good progress? Oh, hey look! Flint's! Llama!
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yahoo—
I ran into Miss Nefa and Miss Aino on the way back. Their work is still in progress, so I suspect they won't be back for a while either.
You seem rather cheerful today, Mr. Flint's.
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out to do and came— Fighting alone can get quite tedious, but I had the good fortune to run into a pair of
We meet again. How have you been?
Albedo! What are you doing here?
That would be a natural assumption.
These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the Wild Hunt. When they told me they were Servarka's colleagues, it all made sense. And given how people of outstanding talent tend—
So, who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
A gentleman of few words, I see. And a rather stern countenance. I presumed you—
It's nice to meet you. Again. We've—
Wait a sec! You're—
That's right. It's me.
By the way, he says it's okay if you drop the
Yeah, I'm not as mini as I used—
Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into human society appears to—
Wow! You look so different!
Thank you, Paimon. And although you're as mini as ever, I understand that diminutives don't all—
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now! Paimon could get used to this.
Personally, I think our little Paimon— When people call her Little Paimon, it's just because—
You're absolutely right, Miss Llama.
Anyway, speaking of long journeys—
She's been catching up with old friend.
Uh-oh. People are talking about me?
Judging from your expressions,
It's getting crowded here.
No need. This is a job for an—
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll be meeting Sandrone shortly, as we still have—
We really appreciate your help.
Oh, come on. Spare the formalities. I'm just glad—
I understand.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left.
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am. I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. With Miss Columbina's colleague gone, we should be back to the original. Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope in a colleague, too?
Frankly, you and Paimon are the only people I know here.
This here is Deanslip, colleague of Tibet's greatest guide, Paimon, and greatest adventurer, the Traveler. Well,
When someone else jumps in to do the announcing, you know you're—
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self. Once Paimon.
when he comes looking for us, it's usually some—
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the—
As the saying goes, the enemy— Though, I can't promise the same for everyone else. Hey, Albedo, think you—
After all this time apart, Grandmaster Varka's first order is to
Is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I've still got a lot to learn about the nuances of human conversation.
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you now. Don't sweat it. There are people who go their whole lives without getting the hang of it.
I wonder what's taking Nef.
Perhaps you should go and check in with her.
I just got back from the curatorium. Besides,
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets. And since gathering intel is her specialty, under such circumstances, would it not be tactless?
oh, but it's fine for me.
What can I say? You have an unrivaled ability to garner people's affection, Miss Moonchanter. Besides, you have far more in common with her than I do.
All right then.
Impressive. She barely fought back at all. I admire your powers of—
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize soon enough, the trick in life is to always pitch in with other people's responsibility.
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like a true sage.
Anyway, looks like we've got some time. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. We'll get—
Is there something you'd like to say to me?
Yeah, for starters,
If you think back to our previous—
you do have a point there. Oh yeah, you'll need to find somewhere to stay the night too, right? Want to tag a—
Sure, let's do that.
Great! And in return, we can get days left to be our very own personal bud.
If that's what you had in mind, you should have said—
Oh, okay then. Anyway, since we're all here together, we might as well watch each other's backs. That's just what friends do, right?
Indeed.
You're both awfully quiet. Why don't I start us off with an icebreaker? Have either of you ever had your portrait painted?
That sounds like a lovely idea. You know how to paint, then?
I dabble occasionally.
He's an excellent painter. Tables, chairs, people...
I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance.
I'll bear that in mind.
Oh, I'd be fine. Whatever style feels best.
Very well.
You can replicate any style.
I can try, if you show me a sample.
Thank you.
Truth be told, I can't remember the last time I was in a meeting with so many people.
You're not alone there, my friend. The light—
I don't doubt that.
Itlua is a good apple. I'll give him that. He's
So you're what? Come on, why the—
Sorry. I'm not even gonna bother trying to hide it. You've—
Let's just keep this between ourselves.
Hello?
Probably that goes without saying.
Anyone else in the know? Let me—
It's dangerous being too sharp for one's own—
Then, in the name of the Animo Archon Barbados himself, I swear, you're—
When we went for drinks, you said that you and Barbados were practically bet—
Of course. Just as long as you don't go spread—
Fair enough, then.
Ah, Miss Nefer. You made it after all. But what about Yehoda?
I'm here to give you an update on how things are going on our end. Once this is over, I'll be heading straight back to continue my work. I left Yehoda—
So much for—
Shh! Not so loud!
Did you say—
Huh? I didn't say anything. Right, Flints?
Must have been a frog.
Anyway, before we begin, there's a few introductions to— first up, we have Miss Lauma. As Moonchanter, she's the leader of the Frost Moon Scions, a local religious community in Nodcry. Nefer is leading the investigation into Rerir's background, assisted by Yehoda and Lauma. from the little over here, we have Mr. Flint's, a ratnik and guardian of the abandoned lighthouse. In our last operation, for those of you who've never met, this is Mr. Albedo, a renowned alchemist and captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team. By his side. Next up, we have the Moon Maiden and former Fatui Harbinger. Then we have the Traveler, who's earned more titles than I could possibly hope to list out, so I'll spare you the rundown. And Paimon, the ultimate travel companion and quite possibly the best guide in all.
Whoa! That's a lot of people!
Miss Nefer, it looks like you might have another job coming your way, so,
You think I haven't got—
That would be me, Miss Nefer.
And you are?
Who I am doesn't matter right now. What does—
Well, it's not as if we never take on anonymous commissions. But in your case, I'll have to decline. I'm gonna take a while.
It's my eyes, is it?
Conrian, I assume. And what's with the mask? Are you trying to hide your identity? In any case, the fact that you're even still—
My name is Dainsleif. And yes, I am from Conria. As I'm sure you're aware.
Really? Then you must have been quite an influential
You flatter me, but none of that matters anymore. My point was simply to clarify—
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends?
I'll tell you everything I know. The history of Conria, the names and identities of— I have never spoken openly of this before. But the truth was exactly as people say. The five sinners, the visionary, Vedifenir, who wished to foretell the future. The wise, Haroptatir, who sought limitless knowledge. Gold, Rhindaughter, who desired to create life. And last, but not least, of the five, Rerir is the only one who remains a mystery to me. He never harbored—
In other words, you're saying that his change came as—
That's right.
You mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall. But what did that look like in practice?
Strangely, now that it comes to it, the fateful night took place during the era of the Eclipse Dynasty. One day, my elder brother, the Visionary— When I came to hear of this, my fury knew no bounds. I gathered together every— Centuries on, the memories of that night still haunt me. But then, I was betrayed. Even Vedifenir.
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr. Dainsleif, what price are you—
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission. But know this. Rerir was not— Uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery.
Sounds pretty good to me. Feels like we just flagged down a random passerby, only to discover he's actually a master strategist who has a—
Can I borrow your halo? It could be useful in the—
Hey, enough with the wisecracks!
Relax. It was meant to be a compliment.
I'll give your proposal some serious thought, Mr.
Before that, there's a few things I'd like to share.
Now that we've united the hearts of the three moons, your power should be greatly enhanced.
I believe it will take a little longer. You've done so much for me, so I want to be completely honest with you all. Even though I'm doing a lot better now, the truth is, my recovery will likely be an ongoing— From the moment I was born, my power has been slowly ebbing away. And that is because Tevat has never accepted me. So far, I have yet to find a solution. It may turn out— Even so, I will do everything in my power to help you drive out the Rerir of Solnari. As Arlecchino put it, this is not about chasing the spoils of victory. It's just a
Kutar.
Defeating the Rerir of Solnari will be no easy task. While my strength slowly recovers, we'll also need to gather more intel.
Naturally. We should take all the help we can get if we hope to defeat him.
We've considered several viable plans now, but our choice hinges on the answers to a few key questions. Is it even possible to kill Rerir? What experiences shaped the person or monster he became? And what's he really after? Given Albedo's expertise in alchemy, I think we should leave him to try and answer the first of these questions.
Understood.
As for the other two, I'm afraid we'll have to count on you again, Miss Nefer. Believe me when I say, it's not my wish to burden you.
So you're placing all your hopes on me, huh?
We can't thank you enough for agreeing to help us. Honestly, I can hardly believe how—
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonchanter. Timid like Yehoda one moment, then flinches insincere flat.
Ladies, please. I must object to your portrayal of me.
I almost don't want to leave this room. I'm curious to see how this plays.
I have faith in you, Miss Nefer. Something tells me—
Oh? And what makes you so sure of that? What if
This isn't about the money. I can sense that you've got a deep-seated distaste for Rerir. And knowing you, that'll—
Look at them getting along so well. Like two peas in a pod.
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery. There is no justice.
Miss Lauma, you have to understand something.
Is that right? Well, maybe the fact that I'm willing to put my hopes in other people says more—
Anyway, we've got our plan, so let's get moving. Mr. Dainsleif, let's talk. And Traveler, once we're finished, if you've nothing else planned, I'd like you to come with—
This whole experience is teaching me a lot. For instance, I now know that when other issues come up in the future, I'll have far more luck getting Lauma to
Hate to say it, friend, but that's one of the funniest things I've heard in—
Why? You think I've got it wrong?
Quite the opposite. But what makes it so hilarious is how long it's taken you to realize.
Take it easy. Thank you for waiting.
It's okay. We actually use the time to—
That's very considerate of— Now, I trust you share my curiosity about Rerir's past. We spoke at some length after the meeting. He was the one who suggested I should invite you to join this operation. He feels confident that these secrets will be safe with you.
Dane has a lot of faith in us, that's for sure.
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I—
That's because we know what you're capable of. We appreciate you too, Nefer. You might have—
That's one way to put it. Another is this. Alright, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rerir's thoughts again using my confidential— The reason I've gathered you all here is to ensure my safety during the proceedings. Think of this as a diving expedition into someone's brain. If I'm the diver, you are— Once the ceremony begins, we will all be spying on privileged information. But in the interest— Lastly, any individuals of a weaker constitution are advised not to partake in the ceremony.
Good luck,
There's a little more to it than that. I was being serious when I said you have a job to do. While the rest of us— In the event that something goes wrong, you will be our first responder. I don't anticipate—
I second that. This is a dangerous operation.
So, Paimon's like—
Good. Please.
So, did Mr. Dainsleif tell you anything else?
He told me that he believes Rerir kept some big secrets in his life. He's not sure that they were—
But surely you're not planning to go through with this.
If you think that, you'd be overestimating me. But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first—
Well, as long as you don't let morbid curiosity get it.
Here's—
All right.
All set over here too.
Promise, Paimon, you'll be extra extra careful.
All right. Close your... Phew. Could this be his office? Pretty standard setup. According to Dainsliff, Rerir used to be an intelligence operative. Is this where you keep your... He looks even gloomier than last time. I wonder what's...
Today's files are in. Time to wait. Male, 51. Occupation, cook. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other descendants over the past year. Neutralized. This one should be archived under purged targets. Female, 23. Occupation, office clerk. Confirmed, neutralized. Another one for purged targets. Sounds like she was that other man's daughter. Male, 40. Occupation, teacher. Neutralized on... Just another nobody for the archive. Come to think of it, I remember surveilling this man. A case like his never would have been considered a priority in the past. Huh. Female, 16. Occupation, none. Or neutralized on... Filed. I have no recollection of this girl. None whatsoever. She doesn't seem to be anyone important, but then again, how many of them really are? Female, 13. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed neutralized and... Filed. Male, 11. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descent. Neutralized and... Male, 6. Occupation...
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No! No. My job is to ensure the survival of the Eclipse Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly legitimate line of work. Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts. Mr. Vedifalnir, it's been quite some time since we last met.
Rerir, I trust you're here because you have some...
Forgive me. I wasn't tuning out. Tell me.
It is indeed within my power to foresee certain things.
I was just thinking. It won't be long before I'll be inviting...
That isn't a lie. Ever since that day we met for drinks, I knew it was only a matter of time before you came looking for me.
Does it feel good? knowing how the future will unfold.
I'm afraid the notions of good and bad fail to capture the complexity of what such a power entails. Once you've seen what will come to pass, it can be all too easy to succumb to fear and melancholy. You fear my silence, and long to hear the words I left unsaid.
That's right.
You must have noticed my reluctance to broach the subject, and the reason is simple. Because the truth could never have lived up to your hopes. For both our sakes, such words are better left unsaid. The burden of prophecy was never meant for your shoulders.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies? None but our exalted king?
Or rather, our king as he once was.
You're closer to his majesty than I am. You must know better than anyone how much he's changed.
You say that as though it is to my benefit. Yet precisely because of that, I dare not speak rashly. A king can turn out to be the most virtuous of rulers.
You are so wise and far-sighted, yet...
You make a fair point. Especially given my... Very well then. Let me offer you some advice. And I say this not as a prophet or a visionary. For many reasons, there is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness. If happiness is what...
Hold on. There's that same black fog again. Could this memory belong to Thelindis? Guess I'd better tread carefully.
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face, and learned his name is Rerir. And he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it?
Why are you telling?
Simple. I want you to kill him. You are the only person he would never suspect.
No, absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a despicable thing.
So you'll just stand by and watch him slaughter us to the last? Do not forget that the
blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that matter now? The dynasty has long been... You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away...
Why wouldn't it be? You two were once a child of the Crimson Moon, just like me. Don't tell me you've never felt so much as a flicker of fury for the way we were trampled and...
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty...
Persuade the Vinster King? Do you even know why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over our secrets? Over and over. The Vinster King. A blind fool. His eyes clouded by powers from beyond this world. A petty little man with a miser's heart. And he dares to sit upon the throne? Mark my words. Sooner or later, Conria will fall. And it will be his doing. If you can't bring yourself to do it, so be it. Just
the Rerir of Solnari. That really is quite a secret you've been... But who am I to talk? Am I really any better? Love should be built on honesty. But ours was born from lies. And yet, is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? If we don't cover up the parts that no one else should see, how can we go on pretending to be normal? Vedifulnir must have known all this. And that's why he made his prophecy. In the end, nothing stays hidden forever. But I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold. I'll do everything in my power to protect what I cannot afford to lose. No matter who I have to face.
Was that Rerir who just walked past the window? Doesn't it give you the chills that he still takes the same road to work every day? As if nothing had happened.
Those people at the deli.
Enough already. They're clearly pretty taken by their own disguises, so just smile and play along. Pull the rug from under beasts like that, and you'll risk having your throat torn out.
Deli. They're talking about us people from the opposition. Right. I'd almost forgotten they used to run a deli. People of no consequence always vanish so easily. Even remembers them.
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to be! So many have died already, and we're not going to survive this, are we? But why does Lindis...
Sorry, Freether. I heard you, though. He's just following the King's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt—
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives. Maybe he was using you for—
No. Rerir has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much—
But as Orlog said, who could possibly talk sense into that raving—
I'll work something out. Trust me, I'm with you all. But for now, you need to keep yourselves hidden. Don't let anyone find you, anyone at all. Don't forget that Rerir is in Eclipse up. For now, don't come looking for me.
And if even you can't escape this, what hope do the rest of us have? But...
I won't speak in his defense. Nor can I give you a clear answer to that question. Here, hold on to this. If an opportunity
you call that?
I've got a job, and there's still money coming in. But you can't go anywhere right now.
Another day, another round of assassination training. Training ground's just beyond this hidden passageway.
When you kill a person, doesn't it bother you when you end up covered in their blood?
Why would it? Aren't we all just walking blood bags?
But not everyone is accustomed to hunting down others like prey. You've been a hunter for so long now, you seem to have forgotten that most people don't just go around killing one another.
Leave me alone. Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle, then choose your angle well. The movement's light and brisk, and the prey won't sense a thing.
I doubt that. I'll bet no one's ever died of flying at your head.
Good work, clean. No traces.
That doesn't make it open and above board, though. The king just happens to need you right now. What if someday he doesn't?
That won't happen.
He's changed. Ever since he fell under the spell of that power. In the beginning, he only had to take out a handful of the guilty. But now...
The ones I've loved have always been guilty, and I've carried out my work flawlessly.
Lindis, do you still
Orlog.
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers. You spoke—
Yes, we did. What about it?
He was arrested to— I just don't get it! After everything he's done, why do you still stand by him? Or does it mean nothing to you that people keep dying?
No, that's not... Just hear me out.
I need to go now, Lindis. They're looking for us. If you ever need a place to hide, come find us.
Author Lindis. Over the course of this week, The research object was subjected to interference for a total of 47 hours for experimental purposes. The results, all subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... The situation within is proving more problematic than anticipated. No progress whatsoever. What now? Won't you give me even a glimmer of hope? Things are getting worse by the day. I have to find a way or we'll all be in danger. But I... If all this research comes to nothing, what then? Sooner or later it'll be my neck on the line. But could he really bring him? No. Surely he wouldn't have the heart.
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want to live?
Yes. I just want to go on living. Is that really such an unforgivable crime?
You want to go on living. I want to keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on. If only some savior would suddenly swoop down and change the way the world is. Too bad that's not going to happen. Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this, would we? So these files are in. Time to wait. No, I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too. Wait. Flinders? No. No! No! Why? But you bear no mark of the Crimson Moon. How could you possibly have anything to do with them? A diluted bloodline. Carefully concealed. What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk of justice. Even imagining my friends would back me up. But in the end, Erminsul. Finster King! How far are you going to take this? From the direct bloodline to secondary offshoots? And then what? Today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? No. This cannot go on. This is where it ends. As long as you can guarantee that no one...
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. But... if you let me go, you won't be able to...
Good point. In that case...
No, please! I just want to see the outside...
Go on living?
Yes, I know...
If I let you leave, what will become of me? Just kidding. But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be...
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedavulnir. What do you...
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, Rerir, or you risk losing everything.
I will not abandon Thelindis.
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, Rerir. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear. But now I know he won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps trying to Tell me then! What will this moment... And... no answer.
So, the Eclipse Dynasty was purging, well, massacring the descendants of the Crimson Moon. And it seems like it was all connected to the Vinster. The king's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Khaenri'ah hanging in the balance. No wonder every aspect of Rerir's life, and it looks like this Thelindis, Rerir's would-be fiancée, herself belonged to a sub-branch of the Crimson Moon Dynasty's descendants. It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened and why does Vedavulnir, Daneslif's older brother, keep talking in Rerir's head? The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memories, time for something. We've been inside Rerir's mind this whole time. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines, and now we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Sure, it'll only be a reconstruction. Once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rerir has
Rerir, are you there? Hey, Rerir! Come out, it's urgent!
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll explain
Okay, I'll come. But the Thelindis is still over at the Universe.
All right then, but make it quick.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before. Whatever the...
Well, this is a nice change, meeting you all at this hour. When men and women of ambition can—
Don't be ridiculous. We do not fear the day.
You might ask your blade that same question. The word on the street is that Sir Delogi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that—
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me—
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With bioalchemy—
Lunatic. Roptatir, what brings you here?
Why, Daneslif, of course. He invited— Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhindaughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the—
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop fawning over you. You're president of the Universitas Magistrorum, the chief royal mage known as the Wise by Royal— Vice President Veit doesn't even try to hide his envy when he's—
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. We're the king, of course. No job is without its gripes. And as for Efterveit, in missing out on the presidency, he's dodged a mountain of stress. Like—
You're all here. I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
You must be Rerir.
Mr. Sertologi. Yes, I handled your case file during your sentencing. Nothing personal, of course.
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But Dainsleif...
It's my brother, Vedafenir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was so infuriated by his word.
Vedafenir in prison? Strange. I thought the king... Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got even smaller?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants. I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magis...
And also because you're slimy. Vedafenir, perhaps less so. But still, a visionless visionary?
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue Vedafenir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're captain of the Royal Guard.
Hmm?
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may have of Vedafenir, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, my blade will force the king to see the...
So, Vedafenir's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't what he wanted to hear, but if he won't take counsel even from the visionary, the extent of his majesty's madness is now all too clear. The question is, you have noble ambitions, Dane. But I'm afraid they don't do much for a guy like me.
A letter of pardon? For whom? Thelindis? The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for any... This black fog over the board must have some connection to the... Another mystery on...
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding moon marrow. Firstly, its origins have something to do with a god's power. Second, however, there are a number of hurdles to overcome before we can answer the question of where it leads to. An enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining in the moon marrow lab. The Universitas Magistrorum recently decided to move most of its personnel into abyssal, and this is not a wise move. I have always maintained that placing all our hopes in I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful. But if we really made it there one day, what would we find? This is for you. I heard you're gonna leave the city with your parents.
Thelindis.
I've heard nothing. Rerir got back very late last Friday, and he was acting a little unusual, but he slept. You never saw him, and I don't know what he did. And this conversation?
What if he finds out that you pried into his secrets?
Don't be silly. I don't know what secrets he does or doesn't have. All I know is he's just a normal guy who happens to run some errands for the king.
Are you scared of him?
I don't know. The Rerir I know doesn't match the person you are. Logically, I should be scared of him. And yet... But enough about that. You should get going.
What's in it?
A piece of the moon. All you need to know is that as long as you keep it safe, then in the future...
A red moon? You mean... our moon?
That's right. Our moon. Promise me you'll look after it.
I promise, Thelindis.
The Crimson Moon bloodline will never die out. It's light, the color of blood, no matter how long it takes.
Hurry, everyone, and stick to the plan.
Sir Dainsleif, what are you? Is this treason? You know what happens to those who
It is the king himself who has betrayed the throne. He has betrayed.
If you have any love left for justice...
It's showtime. Dan and his group will handle the troops in the palace. My job is to enter the prison and stay safe.
Look after my brother. Draw your blade.
This place is filthy. Found you. Hello. Surprised?
I certainly felt some surprise in the moment when I was blinded. Surprise at the king's sheer ignorance.
I'm curious.
It wasn't a prophecy. It was a word. The king has forsaken all reason in pursuit of his obsessions. I simply told him that if he continues on this path, Conria...
But he didn't listen. Dane asked for my help. The court is in...
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw. Yet I do wonder whether giving a man the power to see the future is nothing more for him than
Forgive my curtness, Vedifalnir, but the king did not suddenly turn on you today. You can't have wisdom beyond the reach of your fellow man without... There are things the king does not want to see. So, he doesn't want you having visions of them either.
He wasn't entirely wrong. I did indeed lose my power.
Until what?
Just now.
Well, tonight could go a lot of different ways. 5 of us banded together.
I sense hatred in you. But also hope. But this is not the end. It is the beginning of a new... There are many men of honor and courage in this world, Rerir. Is that a dagger? Interesting. Why not the...
With your abilities, I don't doubt that you were able to recover some of your sight. But I also doubt that you want to make an enemy.
Of course not. We're on this...
We could be. But I need...
You mean your future?
Yes. And I know there are bigger things at stake here. A dynasty, I can't abandon the one I love to save myself. I just can't do it. But you see a broader picture.
In matters of fate, answers are either right or wrong. What will be, and what will... That is the cruelest thing about fate.
That can't... I know it's your voice that I keep hearing in my head, urging me to see how the world is changing, to see... You show me disaster, but you won't show me how to avoid it? Why?
My voice. So, you hear it too. It turns out that we are not so different, you and I.
Vedifalnir just broke into the strangest smile I've ever seen in my life.
Very well then. My advice to you is as follows. You must persevere. For as long as you live, your story with Thelindis shall not come. It is up to you whether you believe my words.
I will hold you to your word.
Thank you for setting me free. In return...
Just then, a strange wave of energy rippled through the city.
If I were you, I would head to the Universitas Magistrorum.
Universitas?
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again.
Whatever Vedifalnir said, I didn't catch it. I didn't even help.
It all adds up.
Monsters? Is this Rhindaughter's doing? Or the Universitas Magistrorum? Out of my way! The Universitas. Allegedly, the king installed secret mechanisms in the... But if they were ever gonna activate...
Help! Help!
Hold on! Don't let them anywhere near you!
Save me! I can't!
That sounded like an explosion. What other means does the king have at his disposal? And given it's a major center of abyss research, anyone over at the
Monsters! At the Universitas Magistr... Oh no! They're coming! It's no use. The table won't hold out. Of course.
all the lab equipment. I'm done for. Ah! Stay back!
What's that? Rerir. So the rumors about your work are true.
What? No! Listen, something happened at the palace tonight. We have to leave!
You don't need to lie to me anymore.
What do you mean?
I know why you're worried, and I will respect the decision you've made. But it's okay, because I found a solution. I know how to end all this. You can have it back. The normal life you so desire. But until then, I'm afraid our wedding will have to wait.
Just... Don't do it! Cylinders! Cylinders!
I told you, Rerir. Let her go. You will find someone better.
No! No, I won't do it! I have to save her!
By what means exactly? A lonely pawn. You lack the power and the strength of will.
Do you know why? Tell me!
Come to the palace. Join us.
Rerir, thank goodness, wait.
Step forth and take your share.
You made it.
Not you too.
Hatred or greed, despair, desire. We all have
Rerir. Rerir.
Celindus?
Were you daydreaming? You still remember, Rerir? That question you asked me a couple of weeks ago?
Oh. You mean the proposal?
Yeah. I'm wondering, where do you think would be a good place to discuss it? Maybe in the garden? Or were you thinking a fancy restaurant?
It's your choice. I will find you. And then, you can give me your answer.
So that's how the Raker of... A monster created by circumstance is a monster. Viewing other people's thoughts for too long can get uncomfortable. Right now, I'm in a nutshell. The story of Conria is what happens when the truth falls by the wayside. Everyone tells little... His past is filled with sorrow, but the tale of any fallen civilization is one of... Everyone, I'm back. Can I get a standing ovation?
How are you holding up? She's fine, boss.
Yes, I'm fine. You will have seen the events of Rerir's life through my thoughts. It's now clear that he is just a regular nobody. I mostly agree. There's only so much we can know about him from his memories alone. However, I would not consider Rerir to be a nobody. He was deeply involved in the events of that era.
Sounds to me like you're speaking in riddles again. Is this you urging?
That's not what I meant. Although I do hope you choose to remain a part of—
Then try to remember that I respond better to the carrot than the stick. And I don't appreciate being bossed around. Now, as for you, Missy, you were excellent.
Cool. So, can you—
Patience. You'll hear the whole story, don't you worry. But let's meet up with the others first. Yehoda?
Yes, boss!
That's more like it. For a moment there, I was worried you'd forgotten about the first clause of your—
Forgive my curiosity, but what does the—
It says I gotta do the annoying stuff that boss is too lazy to do for herself.
Is that right?
If something is in the contract, it's because she willingly agreed to it. In any case, I've hardly shied away from my There's nothing I dislike more than other people enjoy— Oh no.
Sorry to disturb you, but we seem to have run into some trouble.
Evidently so. Don't worry, I'm not about to leave you to fend for yourselves. I'm not that kind of boss.
I'm sorry. What did you hear me say?
Wait. How long have I been standing?
Not long. You just appeared by the door a moment ago. Boss, what's wrong?
We've been tricked. We never left at all. Somehow I hallucinated that whole scene back—
Hallucinated? But—
How indeed. This place should heed my will alone. All thoughts and actions that—
So you control everything in here?
More or less. But yes.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Only once. It was the first time I used the—
Is there any similarity between what happened?
I suppose my thoughts are a little
Is there anything
The first clause of your contract clearly states that I own—
Meaning, you're not feeling lazy right now?
Meaning, this is not something Yehoda can help with. The chest said—
Boss, it's fine. Really.
Oh, listen to you.
What?
Yes, really. Where would I ever find another
Well, anyway, I suggest everyone finds some— Even though all this chess malarkey doesn't exist, you don't want to dismiss mental fatigue just because it isn't—
Don't I have the best?
If we can find a suitable time, I'd love to borrow Yehoda for a day.
Oh, Lama. Have I ever told you just how— Time to rally, everyone. Follow me. As we continue our journey, the same rules will apply. You have my word that I will get us all out of— This place looks familiar. That's not a good sign.
I wasn't expecting visitors at this hour. Wait.
Oh.
There you are! Sinue's been looking for you all—
Oh yeah? What were you doing just now, Uncle Reginue? Hiding away some more loose
What do you mean loose change? Oh, come on!
Hey, kid. Mind telling me what Sinuhe's been up to recently?
Get in his good books? Why?
I've written a new song. I was hoping to showcase it.
A new song, huh? I'd love to stay and listen, but
Well, there's plenty of time and I'm not going anywhere. See that pile of stones? I'll be sitting there warming up.
Pile of stones. Got it. Hi, Dad. Uncle Reginue said—
Ah, there's my little princess. If you'd gotten back just a little sooner, you could—
Spoils of war? Who were you fighting against, Dad?
It was just— I was talking about our war against thirst.
I went out to fix our water supply problem, and now I'm back.
We have a well again.
That's right. I found a new one and brought back as much water.
If it wasn't for these blasted sandstorms, our wells wouldn't be caving in.
As the chief of our tribe, I'm supposed to be... You know how prosperous our ancestors were. I've told you all the story, but things are looking up. I started working with some folks from...
So you're the academic...
Special ambassador, they call it. It's nothing bad, okay? We've been isolated here in the desert for too long.
So, do you get any...
Of course. My luck's improving all the time. One day, I...
That's our well, and you know it! You stole from us! Well, you've gone from chief...
Did you really think you could take our water without permission and get away with it? You're either brave, stupid, or both.
And that special ambassador act? Yeah, nice try! You're a liar and a cheat!
I heard Yehuda gasp, but I don't blame her. Most people are terrified by corpses strewn across the ground. The wounds are clearly from scimitars and daggers. There's a handwritten note.
Halil, this is Sinue, chief of the CÄT tribe. This is my second time writing to you. I assume my last letter must... I'm writing to you because I need some help. That sandstorm the other day completely... Praise the gods. The well of the Eob tribe was intact. It was my last resort. You told me to write to you if I ever needed help. You said you'd be my ally. I urgently need you to formally recognize my title of Special Ambassador and send some of your people to assist me for a few days. This is an emergency.
Looks like this letter never got sent. The writer died a grisly death, and the letter was trampled into the ground. What a ridiculous lie the surviving CÄT tell. Their whole village was butchered over a...
Officer. Welcome. Welcome to our humble village.
I thought you would at least have the courtesy to provide some...
This is the finest wine our village has to offer. I promise.
The Academia has agreed to reserve a single space for a candidate from your village. But I remain skeptical.
Please, have faith. If not in us, then in our god. The child we found shows great promise. I beg you, take her away.
I don't...
She showed up here a few days ago, and we took her in.
So, where are you?
Nowhere special. Just a sand dune.
What about the rest of your fam?
Just the one.
It's...
Correct.
So, no brothers? No sisters?
Any who have slept on a bed of sand, I call my brothers.
All right. Get over here. Sign your name on the form. Never? You're rather fair-skinned for a desert dweller.
Nefer, this term's assignments have been issued already. Please read through the materials thoroughly.
Yes, Professor, I'm aware. I just had a couple more questions I wanted to get your perspective.
Oh? Please, ask away.
Well, I saw the other students' problem sheets, and I couldn't help but notice that my assignment is much easier than theirs. Do you really think I'm a weak student?
A weak student?
I think what you're saying is, a weak student wouldn't have noticed the discrepancy.
You see, sharp as they come. You see things the way they are.
Because of where I come from.
I'm sorry, Nefer. I don't like it. Anyway, you said you had a couple of questions?
I wanted to check if someone sent me a
your family wrote to you.
Not exactly. It's not even a recent letter. I was just curious where the mail would end up if no one collected.
The House of Dana, I expect. I know there's a box for unclaimed mail. Whatever you're looking for, that'd be the...
Okay, got...
Oh, don't mention it. Honestly,
Hey, don't say... You're a great teacher, and you do your best for all your students. But the rules are the rules. You're not allowed to teach students like me. It's not just the academia, either. The whole world bends over backwards for the successful.
Oh, my dear child.
I haven't. I just think that if you want to make it in this world, you have to find a way to become successful. This must be it. Let's take a look. A dilapidation survey from Port Ormos. Looks like it's from a Core of 30 representative. This one was never even opened. I guess the recipient didn't care. Who was it addressed to? This one is addressed to the Immorta Sage. The title is Change... Guided by the incense, we became lost somewhere. In clinical terms, these symptoms fit the description of incense poisoning. The Immorta Darshans. For example, my neighbor who always... This seems like something the academia would want to know about. Wait, what's the note says? The sender authored this letter while under the influence of mushrooms. I would send it back, but no... This next one is addressed to... A few words of protest regarding in recent years, the academia has taken on a small number of students. However, it appears to me that these students have not, as well as receiving dumbed-down assignments and perfunctory education is the fundamental purpose of this institution, which should go without saying in a as Grand Sage, policy decisions are your prerogative. But do not forget your roots. I do hope you will give some serious attention to this matter. Great letter. Shame it didn't get to... And the sender is... Huh? Sage Cyrus of Spontamod. I didn't realize anyone else even... So this is where letters from the Sage of Spontamod end up? Whatever. I'm not exactly holding out hope that a letter sent from the desert... I can't believe how much discarded mail there is. Must have been... I don't believe for 1 second that any Wait.
Greetings, Halil. My name is Sinue, Chief of the... I don't know how well you remember it now, but I brought you to safety and gave you some... In my tribe, learning a person's true name is serious business. The CÄT tribe lives a harsh, nomadic existence in the desert. This brings me to my reason for writing. Our tribe... There was a terrible sandstorm a few days ago, which blocked up the well in our land. The Eob and Unut are descended from the Thamudians. While we trace our ancestry to Tulatula, I found a well belonging to the Eob tribe. They declined to help us, but I really had no other option. When we met, you assured me that you would be my... That aside, the last time you were here, you mentioned that the academia had... We have next to no resources here in the desert, and my power and influence are limited.
From the outset, the academia never took you seriously. Those things they promised were... And you were so emphatic that your luck had finally changed for the better. You swore you'd lead us to a better place one day. You spoke with such conviction. You liar. You lied about... And who fell for it? Just me. Which makes you a pathetic liar. I think I'll take over from here. I just came to say goodbye. Thanks for everything.
Never? You...
I'm quitting. Something's come up in my hometown.
Huh? But this was a hard-won opportunity for you.
It was. But it doesn't matter. Oh, and I didn't want to overfill my bags, so I left some incense on your desk. What's wrong? I thought you liked incense. Although, I did read somewhere in the House of...
Isn't this the stuff you brought from your hometown?
Yeah, about. I lied. It's not rare at all. There's this bunch of ruins near my hometown that are practically... It's not worth much. Keep it. It's fine.
But never...
Alright, that's all from...
Don't forget me, okay? I mean, we're more than just...
Yeah. I lied again. That incense is worth a fortune, and it's a rare find even... And as for remembering her, I have far too much to... I'll be lucky if I even make it through this... It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arif.
So, what does the Academia want? Since they've sent their special ambassador,
Please, sir, lower your blade. You're lucky I'm the one they sent. The ever-shifting balance of power in the desert reduced the once great civilizations of this region.
Huh. So, you do know...
This well is the perfect symbol of your strength, is it not? It used to belong to the Unut.
You're not wrong. But I'm sure you didn't come all...
Of course not. I came to bring you some very good news. Some information that records uncovered by the Vahumana Darshan show that a certain well... I checked the map carefully on my way over here, and I'm confident that this is the well in question. The Academia is offering 50
million? No, wait. If these ruins are as important as you say... 50...
Don't get greedy, Iab. We know far more than you think. We know that you seized this well by force. Wasn't that the first step in your rise to power? To drive away the Unut and steal...
So what if it was?
Don't worry. As unscrupulous as it was, it's something we're willing to overlook. I hope I am making myself...
And I hope your words are the truth. If I find out the Academia is trying...
I assure you, Chief. You see how I'm dressed, don't you? I appreciate that you've never been to the rainforest, but surely even you recognize and what does a barbarian like you have to lose anyway?
All right, I take your point. The Academia is the highest authority in the land. I'm sure you're trustworthy. In that case, we have a deal. We will sell you the excavation rights. I'd like to thank you, Ambassador. This is good news indeed. Excellent news. In fact...
Gladly. I am partial to wine myself, so let's indulge in a few drinks.
Chief! Chief, it's an emergency! It's the Unut. They've taken the... What?
Well, don't just stand there, take...
Yes, Chief.
I have every confidence in the Iab's military...
What is it?
The Unut's response was alarmingly fast. The day after we reach a deal, they...
I don't...
I am obliged to remind you, Chief, that the Academia will only deal with the de facto power holders. If you cannot regain...
No! Please, Ambassador, just give me some time. That well is ours, and so is the mo...
Glad to hear it. I will wait here for...
If there is a traitor, I will find them.
Wow. All it took was a few words and I've got him wrapped...
So, in summary, Ambassador, the Academia...
The Iab are ruthless murderers who don't listen to reason. And now they have the gall to interfere in our research projects in the desert region. So let me ask you, Chief. if you were—
Kill them all. Of course.
Precisely. The Academia does not tolerate those who stand in our way. The EAB have held back at the same time, there is simply no way that the Academia—
We have our own rules out here. If the rainforest dwellers raised arms against the desert tribe—
Right. We can't confront them ourselves, but we can support their enemies. The Unot have always had natural allies. Weren't the EAB your allies once? You were quick to send them after us to protect your interests back when we stole that water. And now look at you. You're at each other's throats. Let me be clear. The Academia wishes to collaborate with the legally recognized rulers of the desert in this matter. We are asking for excavation rights to that well, and our offer is 50 million mora.
Say no more.
Good. Then I suggest you get to work. You see, Dad? Lying is easy when you know how. People... Look at yourselves. You may be vile, savage monsters, but your butchered bodies bleed like any others. The monsters who destroyed my home, they're just ordinary, petty humans. I think we're even now. Maybe I've even done the desert a favor. Oh, Sinuhe, my gullible fool of a father. Perhaps if you'd been as ruthless as I was today, but you couldn't do what had to be done. So I did it for you.
Nefer, it's okay. All of this is in the past now.
I believe I remember you promising to remain silent.
Yeah, but even...
Yehuda, is there anything you can do to ease the tension?
Alright. So, anyway, that feels like we've been walking forever. I'm getting pretty tired. Oh.
Yes, if we can...
It's not far now. There should be a temple just up ahead. Yes.
Really? A I guess that's how things go in the desert.
Desert dwellers can never escape their destiny. Or so everyone says. I never wanted to...
You mentioned a temple.
My biggest trade...
Ah. Then I'm guessing it's...
I didn't know you were clued up on any...
I'm no expert in the history of Sumeru, but since you come from the desert, I would imagine it has something to do with King Deshret.
Sounds impressive.
Oh, I know who you mean. General Mahamatra Sino. The spirit of Hermanubis dwells within him.
That's boss enough for ya.
Sino's hardly a figure of obscurity, but I know...
What about him? Is he...
Well, he's not a small deal. Please, this is the bare-bone basics. Save the flattery. Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'm sure it's been a lot to take in.
Oh, I'm totally out of my depth here. I don't have anything to add about. I want to do the whole name dropping, this girl knows her stuff.
A statue with the head of a bird.
That's Thoth, the Ibis King, one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. The legends say that he, the Crocodile King, and the Goat King were the Let's take a look.
It's just Ashru.
So, all is well?
Typically speaking, at this point, the world disintegrates. Then we find ourselves back in the outside world. Besides, these are my memories. There's nothing to fear.
You're sure?
Of course. It's almost over.
Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Speak for yourself.
How repulsive.
Timed that pretty well, didn't I? It's okay. I'm just glad no one was hurt.
Paimon noticed you doing something too, Dainsleif. Were you helping get them out?
Of course. When I asked Nefer to conduct this investigation, I was not naive to the dangers involved. I had a duty to ensure your safety.
Good to know your sense of justice.
I take that to mean that you saw the truth. That comes as...
I certainly did. And thanks to your help, I also managed to trap Rerir inside the...
Whoa, really? How'd you manage that?
Well, to be honest, I sensed that something was wrong by using this fragment to probe into Rerir's past. Well, the monster formerly known as Rerir. It seems I alerted...
But how did he track you through your thoughts alone?
Rerir was a secret agent who reported directly to the Vinster King. He is an expert at finding a trail.
No wonder.
He infiltrated the chess set, read my thoughts, and built a new virtual chess set inside of it. That's...
Speaking of your chess set, it's quite a remarkable...
You overestimate me. I only have a connection with one of his underlings, the Ibis King. You all saw how this came to be. A long time ago, the Eab massacred my tribe. The Unut and the Eab fought a bitter battle over the rights to a well, all for the sake of a non-existent 50 million Mora. The Eab ultimately won. The final blow to the Eab came at the victory feast, when an Unut assassin beheaded their chief right before my eyes. Having gotten my revenge, I returned to my hometown, where to my surprise, the nearby temple was still standing. There it was. As I stood there gazing at the temple, I noticed a cat just outside. This cat, as it turned out, was home. This chess set is my gift from the Ibis King. The chessboard within is made to the same specification. With this chessboard in its container, I gained a certain ability to perceive hidden secrets. Now, you could conclude every god plays favorites. Their hearts are as fickle as any humans, full of secrets.
It is the same with all powerful forces.
If you're alluding to the Abyss, then yes, I agree. Gather the others. It's time to share everything I've learned. Thank you all for being here. As promised, I did some further investigating into the Rerir of Solnari, real name Rerir, was once a Khanrian.
So that's why he's so obsessed with the moon.
A tragic tale, to be sure. No matter how much Rerir suffered in the past, the fact remains that he becomes more dangerous with each passing day. If left unchecked, it is simply a matter of time before all of Teyvat suffers the consequences.
A question for Miss Columbina. Forgive me if this is presumptuous, but have you ever seen—
Never. But I have heard stories of something called the Moon Gate.
Miss Lama? Any thought?
In the lore of the Frost Moon Scions, the moon is believed to hold many. The term Moon Gate is one I have heard before. But as is the—
Then back to Miss Columbina. As a moon goddess yourself, do you have some idea of where the moon—
Not at this stage, sorry. I do hold the power of the Frost Moon, and my strength is recovering well.
But there's more to the power of the Frost Moon?
Yes. A moon goddess has the right to open the Moon Gate, since it is a path to the moon. And right now, I need to conserve my energy to fight the Rerir of Solnari.
I agree. Better to save your strength. But if you'll humor me for a moment, I have a bold conjecture of my own regarding the world beyond the gateway. I highly suspect that neither Tholindis nor Rerir made it through unscathed. The evidence pointing to this is the fact that the Rerir, with the abyssal power he wields, no ordinary foe can touch him, let alone tear him to shreds. And yet, the wild hunt proliferates wherever his scattered fragments lie.
So your theory is that Rerir was physically torn to shreds by some powerful force?
Makes sense to me. Explains why the wild hunt is so pervasive. And why—
Without the power of the Abyss on his side, he almost certainly would have perished the moment he was torn apart. But the Abyss?
I could not agree more. The power of the Abyss—
It is a compelling explanation, and one that accords with my present understanding of Abyss creatures. Whether the life form in question— This raises some interesting questions. That being said, regardless of whether my research bears fruit, I would like to thank Miss—
My pleasure, Mr. Albedo.
Hey! What is it, Dainsleif? You look really upset!
It's just— when I think of—
The two of you used to be friends, didn't you? I don't know if these words will bring any comfort, but—
Mine too. We can never know all the hows and whys of the way things are. The moon and—
Those are the first comforting words I've heard in a long time.
Well, I think this is a good place to end today's—
That's very thoughtful.
Of course.
Sounds good to me. Take some time to rest and digest. Hey, is this a bad time?
Why not? It's just a hotel room.
If it's all the same, I'll just stay out here. I might not look the part. Anyway, Nefer went back to the curatorium to get some rest. Firstly, although she managed to trap the Rerir of Solnari inside her chess set, there's no guarantee that the power of the Ibis King is any match for one of the 5 sinners. It's only a matter of time before he finds a way to break out.
Honestly, I'm not figuring.
Well, I asked her that same question. She talked for a long... It felt like some kind of sales pitch, you know? The kind where you end up handing over more.
2 days? Holy...
That remains to be seen. Which brings me to the second issue. You have some history with him, right? Do you think maybe... Great. All right, on to item 3. So, Albedo, Durin, and I, we figured we'd bounce the idea off you first. We'll explore it further once everyone's
Oh, I was...
All right, so... We felt a little uneasy about roping you into this. I mean, firstly, you're not locals.
Roping us in? Why would you even say that?
I choose my words very intentionally, I'll have you know.
Sir Varka,
I'm all ears.
I think we can be more flexible with how the roles are allocated.
I see your point, yeah. But if that... To be clear, I don't doubt your abilities. Far from it. I just want to make sure. Are you really willing to...
I want to do everything within my power. The Rerir of Solnari is...
Well, that tracks with what I've heard. Jean's mentioned in her... As in, most people weigh up the risks and rewards in situations. Of course, everyone appreciates a fearless pioneer. But all that aside...
Thank you,
I should be the one thanking you.
This is a thorough plan, but I do have one last question before we...
Great question. Albedo's been hard at work analyzing Rerir and the Wild Hunt's behavioral patterns. Firstly, from the earliest known confrontation until now, Rerir has never displayed any ability to manipulate the... Secondly, he seems to have a particularly strong vendetta. Thirdly, finally, and most importantly, he's Turns out, we tick both of those boxes. We have a reincarnated moon in our ranks, and a spy who accessed his private...
As someone who's had their fair share of interaction.
Understood.
Well, everyone, that's the...
Plan approved. Scheduling.
Okay! Any firepower...
The Frost Moon Scions are behind...
And the rest of you? No objections? All right. Then it's settled.
Wait!
Everyone says things they regret, right? I don't want...
A very people first. Shh. We don't use people's real names at work. This contact will be no...
This plan can only work if everyone does their part.
We shall indeed. You'll be glad. Also, you are the last person...
It's not often I get called Dory in a work context. So, the longer your name... In that case, Mr. Flint's here must be worth a fortune. That's her...
The walls are thin here. I'd appreciate you keeping that a secret.
Okay, fine. I'm actually only here as a favor for someone else. Oh, it most certainly does not. We have a long-standing and said mom supplied me with a great little trinket, but now that lady's ruined everything. If I don't start building a little goodwill now, my whole business...
Okay, so what
It's a lucky charm that a great mage made for me. We have a business relationship, and she was worried that something bad might happen to me. I finally got it all fully charged up with Kuvaki, and then never went and used it all.
You're right. It was all my fault. I didn't mean to...
You will?
I knew you'd say that. Well, it's yours if you want it. In fact, take it now. It's a very useful thing to have around. But I have a funny feeling it won't be around much longer.
Looks like...
Hey, don't be so pessimistic. See this through and you never know.
Dory! How are things going? Feeling... Oh, I was born ready. We only have 2. Don't forget, when something's in high demand, the people with the ta-da! See? It's right here!
It's so pretty! Did you make it?
No, I have a supplier.
Aha! No wonder you were talking about Lucky Charms at the meeting.
That's not the full story. It actually started a while back as a Mage Alice once warned me that this world won't stay safe forever. There may come a... I passed this on to the Dendro Archon, and she secretly brought together a research team. Anyway, point being, it was the Dendro Archon who asked Kaveh to build this. Took him long enough. He stressed over it for 8... Marak delivered it to me a couple of days ago, along with a letter from Kaveh. So nosy.
Surely Nahida must...
Could be. Anyway, I just replied.
Fair enough. But it sounds like he was just...
Or maybe he was asking as a favor for his housemate. He's... Either way, all's well that ends well. I'm... Huh? What does that look mean?
Paimon's just super surprised.
Well, a long time ago, there are always gonna be times in life when you have to give something back. Alice has been a huge help to me over the years. She was the first investor I ever had. And more than that, no one knows what the future will bring. Whatever happens, I want to make sure the Dendro Archon and all... Oh, that? I was just making sure Nefer and I are square. Don't be thinking it was some sort of benevolent act. I'm no saint, so don't treat me like something I'm not. My priority is doing the business that I want to do. So long as my conscience lets me, but...
Alright, if you say so.
I do say so, and that's the whole point. I'm a... Oh, and could you two help me get this stuff with...
Traveler, Paimon, it's good to see you.
Everything going smooth?
Sort of. As you're probably aware, per the plan, we dissected and analyzed some samples of these
What?
That depends on your definition of wild hunt.
Harmless, lifeless. These words are accurate descriptions.
The wild hunt is an interesting phenomenon. In and of itself, it doesn't seem to possess anything akin to a human personality. Master griped a lot about the wise Horoptetyr. I don't think that was because of his lower social standing, though. It's a strange mix. The furious energy of an abyssal being. Perhaps the only explanation for his survival in this state is... Oh, sorry. Back to our research findings. Essentially, they confirm you could think of this as Rerir in mutated form. But in my view, even... Unfortunately, at present, we have no...
Oh, that's terrible news!
Miss Columbina's situation is a difficult one. It's as if her creator banished her to a place she could never be accepted. It means...
Given the circumstances, it's time to kick off the backup plan.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! This is for you. Dory asked...
Ah, how wonderful.
I'm sorry I won't be there to protect you in person this time.
All right then.
Miss Lauma, is everyone here?
Yes. The fate of my flock is in your...
My lady.
Within the next 24 hours, we will face... This is not a burden that we deserve to bear. But I believe that we reap what we sow in this life. So I intend to act. For me, this gentleman is the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Varka.
Hey everyone, guess I should introduce myself. Biggest strengths are, honesty and,
Something on your mind?
Miss Columbina, was it?
That's right. Names are funny things.
Yes. I take it your own name...
I have a different relationship with names than other people. To be honest, but it's what everyone calls me, and I go along with it. A lot of I never used to think much about where names come from, or what they mean to people.
You're different from other people.
You're more perceptive than most. Do you ever find yourself
Difficult to answer. I have dreamed of the past many, many times. Sometimes I'm fighting tooth and nail. I don't recall any happy...
Is that because hatred survived?
That would not be for me to say. I make no excuses for the grudges I bear. Thank you for your help with the Rerir situation. Without your efforts...
You're welcome. I know he's your friend.
Friend? He betrayed me. And I never really understood what he was going through in life.
Okay. So, you see, you're torn. Now you know what really happened.
I need some time.
Of course. I completely understand. Anyone else in your... Actually, I went through something similar myself recently. Something happened that changed...
You mean the Harbingers who still support you, even though you've left the
Yes. I always thought they were only helping me because Harbingers are forced to work together. And even now, they still support me.
Clearly, they view you as a...
I feel a little guilty now. I regret not seeing her help for what it was. I see the guilt that you're feeling now, because I feel it too. Have you noticed that the Traveler and Paimon are over there?
Huh. Shall we say hello?
Sure. Hello. Ah! They caught us!
I apologize for making you worry. No doubt you wish to know where I stand on the plan to take down the Rerir of Solnari. I'm afraid I...
You will? Oh, thank you so much!
They needn't be. This was something that I was going to...
That doesn't matter to them. They're grateful to you regardless. You can't control their gratitude. So...
It's in the early showtime! Let's go rendezvous with the others. You know the place.
Ah, you're earlier than I expected.
Hey, Flint's! Been waiting here long?
Lâu lắm? Not too long. I came a little early so I'd have some time to think.
Are you nervous about the battle?
Quite the opposite. I'm reminiscing on my past battles. When I was awakened by the Radniki, I had not touched a weapon in many years. I felt like the battlefield, but after waging war against the Wild Hunt for so long, I came to realize my restless flame indicates that somewhere inside of me...
Oh, that doesn't sound like such a bad thing.
Well, in the past, when I was a Fae whose primary concern was hibernation, but it certainly serves me well here in the present. And I am delighted to be able to join forces...
Looks like I'm not the first to arrive.
Ah, Miss Lauma.
Did you sleep okay last night?
I struggled to settle down at first, because of the nerves. But, please.
Never! Over here!
Aino asked me to relay a message. She said Anefa will be on high alert and keep a close watch over all secondary districts where defenses... Meanwhile, Aino herself will provide...
Excellent. My thanks to all involved.
The Chesapeake...
It won't hold him much longer.
No sense sitting around waiting. Let's make...
I agree. Paimon, find a safe hiding...
Got it! Be careful, Traveler!
I will.
Everyone, take your positions as soon as the battle starts. Every ounce of strength.
Ready?
Let's go.
I've seen all your futile ploys before. You have become the authors of your own demise.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
You are merely a moment of sport before I tear down the moon.
Stay
The
on.
moonlight betrays you.
Yep! Let me help you guys.
Ê, em tao chạy luôn.
Move! Moonlight betrays you. Move!
No one else.
Moonlight betrays you. Observe. Moonlight betrays you. Move! Close your eyes. I don't like it. I lost two things. Be silent. Stay steady. No one else. Moonlight betrays you. Move! Begin with the moon, and so shall it end.
protect you.
Close your eyes. Do you see now?
No more lies.
Will it be as you foretold?
Moonlight betrays you.
Hey, notes.
Your foul spirit is not welcome here.
Seek within.
Stay now. Inside. Wait. Moonlight betrays you. Observe. Moonlight, move. Moonlight betrays you.
Leave this place.
Move.
This ends here.
Moonlight will betray you. Your game of heroics is over. Who wants to go first? Get out of my sight!
No! We've been separated.
You okay?
Anh ơi, bình tĩnh.
Never! Where are the others?
Stuck outside the barrier. I guess he really doesn't like us.
I told you before. Marriage is always a death sentence. And reborn.
Be careful what you wish for.
Laula! Can you hear me?
Silence.
Well, at least I know this better. I need to focus. Stick to the plan. Remember my most important task. Falling in. If I can solve it for long enough, the moment will come.
This ends here. No one else.
The shield's broken. I can't keep it strong.
Don't push your luck.
For the day.
Falls into place.
The only way to defeat Rerir is to borrow his own power. That means Columbina will have to disappear while you two bear the brunt of his attacks. You have to hold on. Find a way to keep...
Never! Your eyes are bleeding.
Soon you will be powered, and then
But that dust will plague your memories. Come on.
any other tricks of your sleep, as entertaining as
You don't fool me. I see your fear. I have to stoke his rage. Make him. You fear what you could never defeat. You cannot win the fight against.
now it's
You fear the sound of your own name?
Is it us you hate? Or is it what you've become?
Let's see what becomes of you. What's happening? That power. I've seen it before.
powers on another level. We'll need to use an alchemical array to convert his power into a usable form. Then quickly channel it into Columbina, rendering her powerful enough to compete with him.
I'll join you. I can help. If I release enough abyssal energy in a confined space, it'll create a potential difference, allowing us to extract a huge amount of elemental energy. Next, I'll synchronize with everyone's minds using Pyro, then give you temporary access to their abilities and fields of view. But it won't last long. Can you see?
Well enough.
So, we have a student of Gold Rhine-Daughter in our midst.
How about that?
Ê thần ơi, làm gì đi.
You use my own power against me?
Just like how you stole Kuvaki. Look familiar?
Don't you realize? You don't have the power to hold that gate open.
I don't, but someone else does.
Goodbye, Rerir.
May 1.
Nefer, how are your eyes?
They're fine. Apart from the blindness, of course.
Chỉ là bị mù thôi, đéo gì đấy. Chill.
It's not too late.
Let me handle it. Miss Nefer, it's not like you to lose your composure. That was the most...
Reckless how? The situation was critical. Our lives were...
Even so. Okay. I guess you're right. Under the circumstances, it was a... In business terms, I suppose that's a huge...
I'd be hard-pressed to argue otherwise.
Still, I don't like this outcome. And I don't want you to lose your sight for good. People suffer when they make sacrifices they shouldn't have to make. Whether that means faith, strength. I had hoped you could win without sacrifice.
Thank you.
All done. Don't try and open your eyes just yet. We'll see how you're doing in a couple of days. I'll send full details through your hope. My dear friends, we have fought brave.
The moon will remember this day. Thank you. There's something I want to let you know.
What is it?
When Durin connected everyone's minds so I could access their powers, I also felt everything they felt. And since Nefer's eyes were injured, my eyes are...
Hold on.
I only feel the pain. There's no actual damage.
You're right. But I must say, I'm surprised to hear the...
Things are a little... different now from how...
Thanks.
Yay! You're awake! How are you feeling? Any aches and pains? Did you sleep well?
I'm doing alright.
Phew!
Well, that's good. Paimon's been
Glad to hear you didn't starve.
Well, it wasn't the same without you. Honestly, Paimon just can't relax when you're not your usual self.
Well, I'm back to normal now.
Oh yeah, and Albedo swung by earlier. He said to tell you to head to the... He also dropped off some medical supplies, but if you're feeling up to it, let's head over... We're here!
What? Traveler and Paimon? Perfect timing. We were literally just saying how there's no way we're holding...
How are you feeling today?
Much better, thanks.
Relieved to hear it. If that changes, just let me know. Happy to check you over at any time.
Yep, we're here for you. Anything you need, just let us know.
Oh wait, where's Nefer?
How are her eyes doing?
Nefer's right over there. I'm sure she'd love to catch up.
Traveler, Paimon, are you recovering well? Turns out that moon chanter has some real talent after all. My eyes were...
Yeah, but you gotta be careful.
Yes, thank you. I'm well aware.
Yehoda, could I borrow you for a moment?
Oh, sure. Did you hear that? I gotta go help Lauma for a second.
You bet! Make it extra sweet, cause Paimon...
Sure thing!
The Raker of Solnari. Kind of a snake. No, definitely a snake. A poisonous one who spewed his... Anyone who seeks revenge out of hatred for other people has become a snake. That's something perhaps. I'm sure it sounds like a very wise and open... What else is left when everything you depended on in life gets stripped away? Something's gotta fuel that drive to keep on living. If you're worried about me, you can nip that in the bud. It's just... I suddenly feel like I was wrong to call my father a liar. He was just a fool. That's... Oh, father. Look at the Ibis King. Thought there's a fiendishly cunning liar. And yet he's never brought it up, but I'd bet he feels the same way. Why else would he give me the power to perceive the truth, while at the same time training me in the art of deception? Well, King Deshret banished him to Aru, which is essentially a prison, and posed 3 questions to him. His response was to take on a physical form and approach me, hoping that I could become his envoy in search for... Did he really think I'd fall for that? He's stuck there. He can't make me return what he gave to me. So that's enough for you to decide he's nice. He's a prisoner, and he was scared. So he decided to perform some good... He lives in fear because he's a deceiver. How is Rerir any different? It's preposterous. Yet I can't say I don't understand it. Liars live in the darkness. They say that a liar's soul is the most worthless thing in the world. What do you think? Oh, really? Well, it takes a very kind person to find compassion even for liars. If you ask me, the soul of a liar really is worth nothing. Because all they care about is themselves. For example, when something good falls into my lap, I don't go sharing the news around. Stops other... So be it. They have sharp ears. I can't keep anything from them. Oh, is that what it looks like? Well, you all know my past now. And I can't simply eliminate everyone who... When you find yourself in a situation you can't control, the safest play is to... If you understand what's at stake, please ensure my secret is very good.
Oh wait! Now that the panic's over and we've all calmed down, after all that build-up, our mystery ally never...
Am I imagining things?
So, that close colleague who stayed behind with you? What's he been up to recently?
Don't know, don't care. I get more normal human interaction from hanging out with Bosco. Although, now you mention it, He hasn't bothered me in a while.
If he's disappeared without a trace, it's the biggest gift he ever gave to the war. He won't lie low forever. So...
Ah, Lord Sangamabe. I must thank you for the device you provided. It was an enormous help. Would I be right in thinking that it—
Why come and ask me when you clearly—
I mostly came to think—
That's more like it. A little gratitude goes a long way with Lord Sangamabe. Play your cards right.
The chance to work with such a kind and charitable
Huh? Charitable? Who's—
Let's see. The first plot of land you purchased in
Stop! What do you think you're doing? Exposing my—
It's nothing to hide from. They're all perfectly legitimate investments. And some of the land you—
How did—
You're a curious case, Lord Sangamabe. You don't let— But I'm afraid no matter how hard you try to keep things under wraps, where there's a— You did it for Sumeru, didn't you?
It was empty land that was gonna go to waste otherwise. I figured if I built something there, it might— Disasters are capricious things. They strike. My elder sister used to dream of finding a sanctuary. Somewhere with plenty of food, water, and medicine. It was something I looked into, but after discussing things with the Dendro Archon, I decided on a more effective— The tech people handled the tech, and money bags provided the mora. It just made the most—
It's a pity that so few people know the truth about you. Everyone says that you view everything in terms of mora and all you—
So? What's the problem with that? Everyone wants to be rich. It's human nature.
But surely you have dreams of your own.
You don't get it, do you? My dream is to invest in other people's dreams. And just thinking about it makes me happy.
Thank you.
For the device?
And the pendant.
Oh, that. I was just returning it.
Seems like we've both been away from home.
Yeah. So long that I barely remember what my family even looked like.
Điều gì trời? Sao Dory bây giờ làm sâu sắc thế? Thật đấy.
That would be your mother, father, and sister?
Yeah, though it's been years since my sister passed. It's not like I want to forget them, obviously, but memory can be— My sister can't help me now. Slowly but surely, her face is—
Not everything will fade. When loved ones—
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that plus—
Oh, absolutely. I have tons of mora. A big, beautiful— You've got a lot going for you, too. Boss of the Curatorium of Secrets?
I appreciate the vote of—
Dory bỗng nhiên sâu sắc bất ngờ vậy.
How have you been holding up? Any adverse reactions?
You don't need to worry about me, Grandmaster. I'm fine.
What?
You played an indispensable role in the battle for naught. Sometimes, when people praise you, it's because you deserve it.
Let's do a quick demonstration. Albedo, that was an incredible feat of alchemy.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit, though.
See? Did you catch that? A masterclass in—
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did work pretty hard.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, look who's bounced back. Looking good, traveler.
Seems like you've recovered.
Can I get you a drink?
Huh? You know how to order at a bar?
Handling a drinks order is ridiculously simple compared to—
Paimon believes it! Here, quick, to be totally honest though, Paimon didn't—
Don't worry, that's completely understandable. Unless you're a student of alchemy, it's hard to grasp.
To put it in the simplest terms, we saw how our enemy stole the power of Kuvaki. And that gave us the idea. When facing an enemy you have no hope of defeating, it's better. So, instead of looking for a way to overpower him, we decided to help. For this to work, we had to analyze his modes of attack, confirm who his main target was. For added security, we prepared a total of 4 arrays. But to mitigate the alchemical array absorbed his abyssal power. Then Durin processed it to render it usable by Columbina. That power enabled her to do what would otherwise have been nigh on impossible.
What surprised me was that Dainsleif actually agreed to join. Given his history with Rerir, he had every right to sit this one out. But we're extremely grateful for the decision he made.
It must have been a painful choice to make. But—
Absolutely. He was torn between 2 paths, but in the end, he made his choice and— Anyway, however you cut it, everyone gave a stellar performance.
That's the only reason you're here.
Yes. I've thought a lot about it. And I've realized that you, me... I think this is very important.
Well, this is a new one. I'm so moved. I can't even hold my teacup.
Do you not want to be friends with me? Or is it that you prefer being co-workers?
What is this, Columbina? Are you deliberately testing my patience threshold? Right now, my politeness module is active. But if you say another word, I swear I'll shut it down.
If your politeness module was active, wouldn't you say the word please at some point?
Polonia, please see Lady Columbina to the door.
Will you still invite me to your next tea party?
What?
Yes, I think you will. Bye-bye, dear Sandrone.
Ôi, trên đỉnh có thần đồng à? Tí lấy xong.
Last time, the Wild Hunt escorted you out. Would you rather I handled it myself?
We just wanted to, you know...
Why? Out of concern for my safety?
Mostly because you kind of helped us out, so we just wanted to check you were okay. Looks like all your rope...
Oh, don't you worry about that. Tea time is already a write-off. The visitor before... If you're in the mood for tea, go ahead and help yourself. Otherwise, it's going to waste. My coasters are still missing action, though. Use this notebook instead.
Whoa! Pretty heavy.
You can ignore those. They're just dumb scribbling. I doodle and write in my free time. Sometimes I remember, and other times, I grit my teeth and note down all the crazy nonsense going on. Trying to predict the future is like daydreaming. And writing about the present just makes me furious. The past is my favorite. Huh. Although, having said that, the only vaguely interesting memory in my past is probably that guy they call... Who else? Pretty much all the Mecha and Fontaine are his Wait!
Are you saying you know him?
I mean, I guess we were friendly enough. Yep. In fact, I'm probably the only normal. We used to chat occasionally back when he was still around. Before he passed away, I honored his request. But I did I mean, I couldn't let the genius of Lord Artificer,
So, that's where the...
I just told you. Those are my equivalent of crossword puzzles. They're just dumb formula. Alain's work was like epic poetry. The formulas in my notebook are just... Not that there's anything bad about them. I mean, at least, solving those riddles isn't going to hurt anyone. Except me. Anyway, while we're on the topic, I might as well tell you about what happened to him and his friend. Alain Guillotin had two close buddies, Renee and Jacob. They spent their childhood years together in the Narzissenkreuz Institute. They were all quite competitive, so there was some rivalry between them. But it was a friendly rivalry. But beneath the friendship and the rivalry ran something deeper. Unfortunately, childhood would end. The prophecy would come true, a mad dream that would normally only capture the minds of lunatics. And if Renee and Alain had been people of lesser wits, but alas, they were some of the sharpest minds around. They nurtured the first of them to fall under its spell was Renee. Against Alain's wishes, he persisted in experimenting on a mutual friend of theirs to try and save their life. Alain did not approve and parted with it's complicated. Alain wanted to believe that Renee only did what he did for the sake of their friend. Perhaps the seed that would grow into a nightmare had already sprouted in Renee's brain. Even then, the next time they met, Renee's soul had been completely engulfed by the dream of salvation. And although that wave died down eventually, I hear that it just recently came back with a vengeance. As I understand, Renee wanted to live out his dream of salvation once more. But I'm told that the attempted resurgence finally died out for good. At long last, what do you think of Renee? Do you admire his transcendent genius? His view that any price was worth paying? Or do you despise him? Dismiss him as an evil madman? Same difference, really. Just a matter of perspective. What a cop-out. But I suspect you'd have a more incisive... I don't like fanatics who give up their whole lives for their ideology. Nor do I like fools who let their... Maybe I could understand if Renee had just been an ordinary person. Anyway, that's enough about Renee. Now, moving on to Alain Guillotin. He managed to put a stop to the first storm whipped up by Renee. To his credit, I suppose, the loss of his family and friends was purely a tragic accident. After that, the only thing supporting his work was the same dream that had dragged his... But although the desire to save Fontaine drove him to found the Fontaine Research Institute, Alain continued to reject any... I think that formulas and machines derived solely from human intellect were the only thing that gave him a sense of spiritual comfort. Yet Alain's intellect was simply too great. It barely left him space to breathe in his lifetime. Once he realized that the end of his life was approaching, he finally accepted the truth. The Knoxissenkreuz Institute needed someone. He quit working on his formulas, trading them in for the fairy tales that had played such a formative role. He told me that the director of the Knoxissenkreuz Institute used to read those fairy tales to the children. I think that all he wanted at that time in his life was to be able to sleep deeply without being plagued by depression. At the very end, he laid down to rest in the ruins of the former Knoxissenkreuz Institute orphanage. Many years after that, tensions over competing dreams would once again cause a rift. This time between members of the Fontaine Research, and that is the story of two people from the Knoxissenkreuz Institute who both wanted to save the world. One went all in on his fantasy of salvation without ever looking back, and the other sought desperately to burn bright in his life. Even I do sometimes wonder what even the grandest tree starts as a tiny seed. So perhaps, for they were young children with friends and family who mattered to them, desires to explore the meaning of life. Or maybe they just wanted to find something to anchor themselves within the chaos. But instead, the search for their own salvation took them down the wrong... Do you think the desire to save oneself is enough of a justification to try and save the world? You don't know? I guess that's a fair answer. Alain was much more straightforward about it. I asked him the same question back when he was in... Yes, it's enough. That was all he said before getting right back to his work. He was, all right, tea time's over. I owe Arlecchino a favor for telling me these stories. I'll have to bring a whole sack of gifts the next time I visit them. I'm gonna go tinker with Polonia now. You guys can do whatever you want. Polonia, exit hub.